From a small coastal town in Thailand to a $1 billion empire built by a Vietnamese refugee who never spent a penny on advertising, Sriracha's journey is anything but ordinary. I'm about to reveal how this fiery sauce with the iconic rooster logo conquered the world, sparked international shortages, and triggered a $23 million lawsuit that changed its flavor forever. That burning sensation you feel? It's not just the chilies, it's the drama behind every squeeze of the bottle. You've seen it everywhere. That distinctive green-capped bottle with the rooster logo, sitting on tables at Vietnamese restaurants, hipster burger joints, and probably in your own refrigerator. But Sriracha isn't just another hot sauce. It's a cultural phenomenon that sparked everything from Halloween costumes to international diplomatic incidents. What makes this story even spicier is that most of what you think you know about Sriracha is completely wrong. The origin isn't what you've been told. The flavor has secretly changed over the years, and the billion-dollar business behind it operates unlike any other food company on the planet. Let's start with the most basic question. Where does Sriracha actually come from? If you guessed America, Vietnam, or even Thailand, you're only getting part of the story. The truth is much more complex and spans multiple continents. The name Sriracha comes from Sriracha, a small coastal town in Thailand. But here's where things get interesting. The sauce we know today bears little resemblance to its Thai ancestor. In the 1930s, a Thai woman named Thanom Chakapak created the original Sriracha Panich sauce, a thinner, more vinegary concoction that became Thailand's most popular condiment. But wait, there's a competing claim that Thanom's great-grandfather, Gimsua Timkrajang, actually invented the sauce. And if we dig even deeper, evidence suggests similar garlic chili sauces existed in China as far back as the 1880s, with the Kunyakwa Ki company producing a similar sauce in 1891. So the sauce that conquered the world might actually be Chinese in origin, adapted by Thai cooks, then reimagined by a Vietnamese refugee in America. Talk about culinary globalization. Speaking of that Vietnamese refugee, let's talk about David Tran, the man who turned a simple chili sauce into a global empire. In 1975, as South Vietnam fell to communist forces, Tran was forced to flee his homeland. He escaped on a Taiwanese freighter called the Huey Fong, which means gathering prosperity, eventually landing in Los Angeles in 1980 with nothing but hope and a recipe. Unable to find work or a decent hot sauce, Tran started making his own version of Sriracha, bottling it in recycled baby food jars and delivering it from the back of a blue Chevy van to Asian restaurants around LA. His company name? Huy Fong Foods, named after the ship that carried him to freedom. What's remarkable isn't just Tran's immigrant success story, it's his bizarre business model that defies every rule of modern capitalism. For starters, Trann has never spent a single dollar on advertising. Not one commercial, not one billboard, not even a social media account. The sauce spread entirely through word of mouth. Even more shocking, he never trademarked Sriracha, allowing anyone to use the name. That's why you see Sriracha-flavored Lay's chips, Sriracha beer, and even Sriracha ice cream, none of which pay Trann a penny in licensing fees. When asked why, Trann simply said, "I don't make Sriracha for myself, I make it for others." By 2012, Huy Fong was selling over 20 million bottles annually. Today, that number has multiplied, with the company valued at over $1 billion. All this growth happened without venture capital, without going public, and without a marketing department. In an era of growth hacking and viral marketing campaigns, Tran's success is almost unbelievable. But this success story took a dramatic turn in 2013, when residents of Irwindale, California, home to Huy Fong's massive 650,000 square foot factory, began complaining about burning eyes, irritated throats, and headaches. The culprit? The chili grinding process that released capsaicin-laden air into the surrounding neighborhood. The city council declared the factory a public nuisance and sued to shut it down. Sriracha fans panicked, stockpiling bottles and warning of a Sriracha apocalypse. The lawsuit was eventually settled when Huy Fong installed stronger air filters, but it was just the beginning of the company's legal troubles. The real drama, the one that would forever change the taste of Sriracha, was yet to come. For 28 years, Huy Fong sourced all its jalapeno peppers from a single supplier, Underwood Ranches. This partnership was built entirely on a handshake agreement. No contracts, just trust. In the business world, this kind of arrangement is practically unheard of. At its peak, Underwood was growing 2,000 acres of peppers exclusively for Huy Fong, making it the largest jalapeno operation in the country. But in 2017, the relationship suddenly collapsed over a dispute about $1 million in alleged overpayments. What followed was a bitter legal battle that ended with a jury ordering Huy Fong to pay Underwood $23.3 million in damages. But the real victim was the sauce itself. Forced to find new pepper suppliers, Huy Fong's Sriracha changed. Longtime fans noticed immediately. The sauce wasn't as spicy, the color was different, and the flavor profile had shifted. The situation worsened when climate change-induced droughts hit the new pepper-growing regions in 2020 and 2022, creating worldwide sriracha shortages. Bottles that normally sold for $4 were going for $30 on eBay. Restaurants posted signs apologizing for the lack of sriracha. It was chaos. Meanwhile, Underwood Ranches, now with fields of jalapenos and no buyer, decided to create their own competing sriracha sauce. They even tweeted that without their peppers, Huy Fong sauce was just another condiment. The sriracha wars had begun. What makes this sauce so special that people would pay 7 times the normal price during shortages? It's all about the perfect balance of flavors. Sriracha isn't just spicy, it's a complex harmony of heat, sweetness, garlic, and tanginess. The sauce hits all 5 taste receptors simultaneously, creating what food scientists call a flavor bomb. This balance explains why sriracha works on everything from eggs to pizza to ice cream. It enhances flavors rather than overwhelming them. And unlike many hot sauces that are purely about pain, sriracha delivers heat with purpose. The cultural impact has been equally explosive. Bon Appetit named sriracha Ingredient of the Year in 2010. Cookbooks dedicated entirely to sriracha recipes became bestsellers. The bottle's distinctive design, unchanged since the 1980s, became so iconic that it was featured in the Museum of Modern Art. But perhaps the most fascinating aspect of sriracha's story is how different it tastes around the world. The Thai original, Sriracha Panic, is still produced today, though it's thinner and sweeter than Huy Fong's version. In Vietnam, sriracha tends to be more garlicky, and now dozens of major brands, from Tabasco to Heinz, have created their own interpretations. So, next time you squeeze that rooster bottle over your ramen or breakfast burrito, remember, you're not just adding hot sauce, you're participating in a culinary tradition that spans continents, survived wars and lawsuits, and continues to evolve. That burning sensation? It's history in your mouth. If you thought sriracha's global journey was fascinating, you'll love our next video on how dumplings conquered the world. From Chinese jiaozi to Italian ravioli, Polish pierogi to Indian samosas, these pockets of dough have become universal across cultures. Discover the surprising origins and connections between these beloved foods that helped people survive through scarcity and traveled ancient trade routes to become arguably the most important food in human history. Click the link on screen now to uncover the untold story of how one simple food idea spread to every corner of the earth.